भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्य पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you for this wonderful recitation. I heard that three chapters of the Bhagavad Gita were recited. This is very wonderful that we recite the three chapters of this famous work. So just to inform you that there are total 18 chapters in this book and there are 700 shlokas. This is one of the shortest book on the Vedic wisdom. One of the shortest book on the Vedic wisdom, and it contains deeply the philosophy of the entire scriptures. So if you compare, so let me begin with this one shloka. You can project below. Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopala Nandana. Just after this shloka only. Just there only. Where you were. Just after this. Just after this below. Yeah, below it will be there. Yes, this one. Little big you can font. You can make font a bit bigger. Okay. So please recite after me this shloka. Beautiful shloka. This is written by Shankaracharya in the glorification of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Sarv Upanishado Gavo, that below only. Yes, this is, you can just expand it a bit so that it's possible to see, yeah, for everyone if you expand it a little. Okay, nevertheless, we'll recite. Huh? सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थवत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धम गीतामृतम महत्. Once more we'll recite. It's projected there. सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थवत्स सुधीर भोक्ता दुग्धम गीतामृतम महत्. Very beautiful shloka composed by Shankaracharya in the glorification of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So what does he say? He says, Sarva Upanishado Gavo. If you compare the entire body of Vedic literatures, which is large number of books, all the Upanishads, all the Puranas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, everything, lakh into 1 lakh verses. That's too many verses, too many books. Compile all of them and you compare it to be a huge cow. Gavo, cow, a huge cow. Then, if all the Upanishads, all the Vedic literatures, Puranas, Ityadi, everything can be compared to one cow, then what is the milk of that cow? That is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Right? Bhagavad Gita is like the milk being obtained from this cow. So the milk is the essence of the cow. How do you get benefits of the good health and everything else which you get from the cow? It's through her milk, the nectarian milk. So that milk is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And there he says that the milkman who is drawing out this milk, who is that milkman who is drawing out this milk? It is Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself. Because somebody is required to bring out that milk from the cow. Somebody is required to take it out. Right? That is Bhagavan Shri Krishna. But then if you know the science of milk drawing out, if you know how to draw out the milk from a cow, she won't give the milk easily. But if you bring the calf in front of the cow, what happens? Oh, she becomes very happy like a mother. She starts wanting to give the milk. So the first a calf has to be brought in front. Who is that calf? Who is that calf who came in front of the cow, and that's why the cow was ready and the milkman quickly drew out the milk? That is Arjun. Partha Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta, he says there. The child who has first drunk that milk. The first person to drink the milk. First the calf should come, he drinks the milk, and then after that the milkman will draw out the milk. So that first person who actually was like the calf to draw out that milk, that was none other than Arjun. So that is what the whole thing is. Just like the cow is not giving milk only to the calf. Actually, the milk is meant, just surplus milk. You won't, if the calf drinks the entire milk, you know what happens? He will get stomach upset. He can't drink the entire milk. Just like any of us, if we drink too much milk, we'll get also stomach upset. Too much milk cannot be drunk. So the cow is giving so much milk that the calf, after having satisfied, the milk still remains, and that is for everybody, the humanity. Similarly, this Bhagavad Gita is not just for Arjun in that context, it's for all of us. It's for the humanity. It's a wonderful literature. And in this shloka, Shankaracharya says that Gita is the essence of the entire Vedic literatures. So, how many of us have the time and patience to be able to read through the entire gamut of Vedic literatures? That you have the patience that, sir, I will read every single shloka of all the Vedic scriptures. How many of us have the time and the patience? Anybody? You have the time and the patience to read through all the Vedas. Okay, not many, including me myself. It's too difficult to read through all of these books, understand it. But still, would you like to understand the essence of all these Vedic literatures? Yes? Anybody here? Are you interested? Raise your hand. You want to understand the essence of all these literatures? Yes. That is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That is the importance. Let me recite one more sloka, which will glorify this book Bhagavad Gita by Shankaracharya. Another shloka. Go below. You will find one more shloka. Yeah, yes, this is Gita Mahatma 7. He goes one step ahead. Shankaracharya does not stop glorifying Gita here. He goes one more step ahead. Let's see this one. What does he say? Please recite after me. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. Eko Mantras Tasya Namani Yani. Karmapi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. What does he say? He say, let there be only one Shastra. You don't have to go below. Just keep the Sanskrit. Ekam Shastram, he says, let there be only one scripture. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. And that is Devaki Putra Gitam. The spoken words of Devaki Putra. Who is Devaki Putra? Shri Krishna. Okay, everybody knows. This is Bharat. Okay. Ekam Shastram, let there be only one scripture. And what is that scripture? Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So which means even if you somebody cannot get opportunity to read all the Vedic books, one book is sufficient, right? Okay, he goes further. He says, Eko Devo. Why there are so many gods? Okay, Indra, Chandra, Varun, Vayu, Durga, Ganesh, so many, Kartikeya, so many gamut of so many millions of devatas. And he says, why do you need to worship so many devatas? He says, worship of one is sufficient. Eko Devo, what he says, Devaki Putra Eva. That Dev is Devaki Putra. If you just worship one Devaki Putra, Shri Krishna, it is equivalent to worshipping all the devatas together. That is the amazing thing. Like sometimes we fear, Array, in my Kula, in my Gotra, we worship Kartikeya, we worship this Devata. Oh, what will happen if I stop that worship, if I only worship Krishna? Here he says, Shankaracharya says, no need to fear. Actually, worshipping Krishna is like watering the root of the tree. We have watered the tree sometime, all of us must have, right? How many of you, us, we go to each and every leaf, each and every branch, each and every flower, and we start watering that? Do we do that? Anybody? We know, we don't do that, right? Why? Because we know if we water the root, what will happen? What will happen if you water the root? That the water will go to each and every leaf, each and every branch, each and every flower, each and every twig, everywhere. The water reaches out. Same manner, when we worship Sri Krishna, what happens? All the devatas are satisfied. Hmm? Yasmin tushtam jagat tushtam. If you satisfy one devata, Sri Krishna, what happens? All the devatas are satisfied. This is the opinion of Shankaracharya. He goes one step ahead. He says, why so many mantra? Oh, there are so many mantras, right? We have so many chalisa, so many mantra, we chant because we feel like. So, Monday is for Lord Shiva, Tuesday is for Hanumanji, Wednesday, what do you do? Okay, something. Friday, Lakshmi ji, Saturday, Shani Devta, बचा के रखना. Sunday is holiday. कुछ नहीं. Okay, right? So now the point is, different rituals are performed on different days, right? Different mantras are chanted on different days. He says, not needed. He says, let there be only one mantra. And what is that mantra? Tasya Navani Yani. That mantra which contains the names of Sri Krishna. That's sufficient. You need to chant only one mantra. No need to have so many different mantras. अच्छा Monday को ये याद रखना है, Tuesday को याद रखना है. No need. One mantra is sufficient. So what is that mantra? Let's recite together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the mantra. This is sufficient. This is Shankaracharya's opinion. And he says, Karmapi ekam tasya devasya seva. If you have to do only one thing, okay, somebody says like too many things I can't do. Only one thing I want to do. What is that? Karmapi ekam tasya devasya seva. If you just serve Sri Krishna, that is sufficient. Like there is no need to do anything else. Shraddha Shabda Vishwase kahe, Sudrida Nischay. He says, if you just perform devotional service to Krishna, that is sufficient. Right? There is no need to do anything else. According to Shankaracharya, this is beautiful words. So let me give you one analogy with which the context is set, and we know that it is so important to understand the Bhagavad Gita. You see, as is the custom, when a marriage happens, the newly married girl comes, the bride comes in the house of her husband, and then she is trying to serve all the family members. That's what happens. She comes in the home, and many times you have various rituals. One of the rituals is that the girl has to go in the kitchen and open the stove and cook for the family. The first time when she comes in. There are many rituals. One of them is this, that she has to enter the kitchen, she has to cook something, even if it's very small. She has to cook and she has to feed. That's one of the rituals. Just after the marriage to be performed. So many rituals. So this is a story of one lady who was just married, And she came inside the home and she was trying to serve. Her husband is sitting, the mother-in-law is there, the father-in-law is there, all the family members are there. And the sister is also there, sister of the husband. She is also there. She's also there around. So because she's also young, she's not yet married, so she is also helping this girl, this newly married girl, She's also helping, Bhabiji, huh? Let me also help you. You have to serve so many. She is also helping. Now the mother-in-law is watching. What is my daughter-in-law doing? Is she serving properly or not? It is her responsibility. So she is observing. Acha kya kar rahi hai? What is she doing? And the girl comes. At her house, she has not done anything. She has been like a queen only. She has never done anything. She does not know how to serve, how much proportion of what vegetable, how much chapati, how much rice, how much idli, how much sambar. She does not know the proper proportions, what to serve where. But she's trying her best. And as happens, in the Indian families, when you're at your home, your mama does everything. When you go to your husband's home, you have to do everything. So she's trying her best. And the sister is there. And the mother-in-law is noticing, Arey, what this girl is doing? Acha, she's noticing, she's seeing. Array, she must give, what is she doing? She is giving this much rice. How much? One spoon, 1 tablespoon rice only. And she's giving this much achar. Big, huge, achar. Only small amount of this much rice and this much pickle. And she's feeling, Array, my son, what he will do? You see, this is not the way to serve. You should give so much rice and little pickle, not this much pickle and this much rice. But she's sensitive. She's thinking, Array, if I tell to this girl, she's just now come to home, she'll become upset. And then she will complain, hey, my sasuma is like that, my mother-in-law, MIL. Mother-in-law is like that. So she's sensitive. She says, no, directly I cannot tell her. Directly, if I say, she will feel very offended. She will feel upset. So she scolds her own daughter. She says, Arre! Whom she is talking about? She's talking to her own daughter, who is also serving together. She calls out the name of her daughter and says, hey, come on, you don't know how to serve? What have you done? You have just little rice you are putting and so much pickle have you put. Oh my God, you don't know anything. Now the Bhabiji, the newly married girl, she is actually realizing, Arre, I did the mistake actually. It is me who has done the mistake, not my sister-in-law. And then immediately she corrects the mistake and she makes the situation right. Yes. So what do we understand from this? You see, you can only speak to a person with whom you have a proper relationship. Unless the proper relationship is established, you actually cannot correct anyone. Isn't it? It's true or not? Yes. In the same manner, when Bhagavan wants to give a message to all of us, and he wants to say, my dear people of this planet Earth, you need to do this thing, and then you can come to me. And we will say, Are Bhagavan kahin ke? You keep speaking from top and we have to follow from below. Non-cooperation movement. We don't want to. Okay, we may become upset. So then Krishna chooses one of his own dear persons. Just like this mother-in-law chose her own daughter to speak. Indirectly, she is actually speaking to whom? The what she is saying is not at all meant for her mother, for her daughter, isn't it? It's meant actually for whom? For the daughter-in-law. In the same manner, Krishna chooses his own devotee, Arjun. And he says, Arjun, you come. Chalo, aajo, role play karte hain. Role play. In a drama, role play is there. Na? So role play. Come and do the role play. You ask questions, I will answer. But actually, what is it? Whom it is meant for? It's not at all meant for Arjun. Arjun is already a pure devotee of Krishna. He does not have to hear the Bhagavad Gita. But via medium of Arjun, Krishna is actually speaking this whole message to all of us. Just like via medium of her daughter, the mother-in-law is actually speaking to the daughter-in-law. That is the main secret of Bhagavad Gita. So whom it is meant for? Is it meant for Arjun in that time, place and circumstance? Not at all. He is a pure devotee of Krishna. He doesn't have to hear some message of wisdom. He is already a self-realized Paramhamsa. Right? He is already a self-realized Paramhamsa. But we are the ones who are supposed to hear this message. Right? And that is why this is message of love of Krishna. Love of Krishna. Krishna loves us so much. He doesn't want us to do certain mistakes in this world. He doesn't want us to suffer here. Therefore, he gave us this message of compassion, his great kindness, lokatrayopakaraya tasmay krishnatmane namaha. So basically, it is his message of love which he has given to all of us. And that's why it's our duty as a human being to actually sincerely try to learn and understand this Bhagavad Gita. But let me tell you my realization. Somehow I was very fortunate when I was of the age of 16. One of my uncles, seeing me having some spiritual inclination, he gave me this book as a gift. He said, I want you to read this Bhagavad Gita. Those days I was a student. I was preparing for IIT JEE. I was working very hard. I also had very spiritual inclinations. He knew me. So he just said, Beta, you take this. You want to do something big in life? Take this book. This is for you. Okay, I said, what? Bhagavad Gita? He said, yes, read this book every day. My uncle told me. Very old, he was like. I was like 16, he was like 45, 50. So, when an elder person like this tells you, you kind of take it seriously. Okay, let me do that. That day on, I started reading Bhagavad Gita. Every day in the morning, I used to open it, and 15 minutes I would read every day. I read it for 1 year. I read it like 2, 3 times, entire all the shlokas 2, 3 times. But believe me, in 1 year, I could only understand very little by myself. I was trying to read it by myself. It was very difficult. This text is very difficult to understand by yourself. Even if you have the knowledge of Sanskrit, still you can't grasp this properly, right? So, but therefore, the Gita has to be heard by the Guru Parampara. We have to hear it through the spiritual teachers. Reading Gita is very good. We must do it. But then, if you want to learn it, you want to understand it, you want to apply it, you want to digest the message, use it in your life, then you have to go to the spiritual teachers. And that is the recommendation of Sri Krishna also in the Bhagavad Gita. Right? You should be going to a self realized spiritual master and hear from him. That's how you actually learn the spiritual science, not through just reading. So at this on this day, I invite all of you that if you don't have a copy of Gita, have one. If you already have a copy of Gita, give one. Give one to somebody. Just like somebody just sent me a flash of photo that our prime minister, current prime minister, is giving this book Bhagavad Gita to the Russian president or prime minister, whatever you say. He came to India, so he's gifting him. Okay, please take this because this is a gift of India to you. So similarly, if you already have a copy of Gita, very good. Then what you can do, gift it to someone. Just like my uncle gave it to me when I was just 16. Find out someone, oh, this is one of the best gifts to that person you could give. He will remember you, just like I am remembering my uncle, even after so many years. Right? He will remember you. He or she, whomever you give it to, will remember you. So if you don't have a copy, take it for you. If you have a copy, give it to someone. Gift it to somebody. It can actually transform lives of people. Hmm. Nevertheless, the second thing I invite you for is, so I think we'll have a bookstall. We'll have a bookstall here at the end of the program so that anybody wants to purchase. I think there's some discount also you're mentioning on the occasion of the Gita Jayanti. So we have books. We have books in English language, in Telugu language. Any other language? Hindi also. Oh, that's great. Matra Bhasha Hindi. National language, okay. So that is also there. So three languages they have the book here. If you would like to, please take it from here. If you don't, take it from somewhere, gift it or read it. This is first request I do on the Gita Jayanti. The second request is you can join us and you can learn with us this science of Bhagavad Gita. Every Sunday we have a discussion here, 6:30 p.m. It's just you can come along with your family members. You can rejoice a Sunday evening, a little change from your daily routine of so many things which we have to do in life. Come here and you can come with the family. You can hear. So I speak Gita philosophy, but I do it along with Ramayana stories. So that is a very, very nice combination. Right? We do recite the shlokas of the Gita as well. But at the same time, I do a lot of storytelling from the Ramayana. So, if you have your kids will also enjoy and you will also enjoy the entire, discussion on the Gita plus Ramayana. So that is something which you could do. You can make it as every Sunday practice. Come and join us, participate with us, learn the beautiful wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. How many of you feel that this is something which you could do? Now the new year is coming, right? So we are on the words of the 2026 coming up. This is something which you could be thinking about, a new practice to add to your life. And let me tell you that this is something which can truly make your life filled with the wisdom divine coming from the lotus mouth of Sri Krishna, who wants us to actually learn this, who wants us to actually practice this. So this is something which you could be coming forward for. So how many of you feel that, yes, this could be a great opportunity? I would like to take this up. I would like to come forward on Sundays and I would join this kind of a discussion which we are having here. Please raise your hand if you are happy to do this. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. So we have this discussion happening every Sunday. The more information he'll give you on the at the end of the program. Okay, so this was on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now, for some time, half an hour, shall we now discuss a little from Ramayana? And that, of course, is Ramayana in context with the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, teachings of Gita through Ramayana. Right? You see, just like there are theorems written in the mathematics textbook. All of us have studied mathematics. Right? And we know what it means, theorem. And then they say some language and we don't know what is he speaking also. Left, right, here and there, my God. So much, big words, so many different, characters they put over there and then we feel like, what is this, You don't get to know also. समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या बोलना चाह रहे इतना बड़ा theorem. But immediately after the theorem, there is an example, a solved example. This is what he wanted to say. Now I understood. Then you see second example. Oh, now I understood more. Then you see third example. Acha, this is exactly this theorem. Now I got it. Similarly, Gita is like theorems. Theorems. कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते मां फलेषु कदाचन Krishna will say. And we will say, क्या बोला? तू चला अपने रास्ते मैं अपने रास्ते टाटा बाय कर्मण्यवाधिकार रस्ते कौन सा रास्ता अच्छा very difficult very difficult actually it's like theorem only 700 slokas means nothing much is explained everything is theorem only it's like theorems but books like Ramayana solved example case study Vibhishan case study Kumbhakarna case study Ravan case study Hanuman case study so many Shurpanakha this that so many characters through their lives now you can see solved example अच्छा ये बात है दिस इज हाउ गीता इज प्रैक्टिस अच्छा अभी समझ में आया तो समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है यू वेयर सो मेनी सॉल्व एग्जांपल्स देन द एक्चुअल क्वेश्चन विल कम इन योर लाइफ you have to apply it in your life the theorem has to be applied in the unsolved question the exercise correct or not and that is what we do every day we'll have to do it on a daily basis ourselves but before you can do the exercise question unsolved question we must have umpteen number of solved examples we must have seen correct that's why our way of teaching the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita is through the examples of Ramayana so if you are okay I would like to narrate further last week we had been discussing on Ramayana Yuddha Kand and we brought the story to the scene of the court of Ravan so I'll just continue from there and you can participate from this onwards so what is the context the context is Sri Ramachandra is standing on the other side of the ocean, on the this side of the ocean in India, Bharatvarsh. The Vanar Sena is ready to launch further their attack from there to the Lanka. The whole scene has come to this particular scenario. Ravan is sitting in his kingdom and Ram is standing here on this side of the ocean. Looking towards Lanka, they are going to attack very soon. The entire Vanar army is ready. Abhi bolo, abhi chalte. Yes, we are doing it. We are going to do it. We are going to fight. They are very angry. They are very excited. They are very enthusiastic. And they are very intelligent also. Don't consider Vanaras to be less. They are very intelligent as well. When they come inside your house and they want to steal something, you can't hide it. I am the witness of this. When I was a small child, just 10 years or 12 years, my parents were not there at home that particular day. In the afternoon, I had slept. And we had this, big gap, the balcony, it was like a huge gap and anybody could jump in. Means monkey can jump in. It was on the first floor, but the monkey could jump in. Monkeys are, you can't stop them. They'll just jump. So I woke up from my, sleep. In the afternoon, I had slept. My parents were not there. They had gone out somewhere. Just 12 years old boy. I just woke up and some noise was coming. I got afraid. Hey, who's there? And I was like, hey, kaun aa gaya bhai? Who's there? And there was some small screeching sound. I could not understand what is happening. But then I went little peeped inside the other room. This was the bedroom. I was sleeping there. There was another room, and there was another in which the refrigerator was kept. So I peeped inside, and to my surprise, there was a huge, big belly monkey. And what he was doing? He opened our refrigerator. Summer afternoon, opened the refrigerator. Inside the refrigerator, there were mango. God knows where he came to know. He came inside. Okay, look at this. He came inside from the balcony, came up to this room. He must have searched somewhere, ना? मतलब खोजा होगा उसने. बड़ा दिमाग वाले होते हैं ये लोग. Pura, and I don't know from where he smelled or whatever. He opened this refrigerator. Peacefully, he's opening this entire so much of mangoes, and he's doing like, he's eating that, and making screeching sounds. And ciao. And as soon as he saw me, he flew away. Yeah, I witnessed it from my eyes. I'm sure you might have seen some other time. Monkeys are very witty also. They have a lot of stealing they want to do, they will do it. Okay, so these Vanaras are very intelligent also. They're ready for the attack. This is giving some threat to Ravan. This is where we brought the story. He's terrified. He's feeling very fearful. This was the first time in his life that he was feeling unsure. He was not feeling confident. He was thinking, if one monkey, he did not know who he was. So later he came to know some Hanuman, but he did not know that Hanuman is a very great devotee or whatever. So for him, he was just a monkey. One monkey came in and devastated my Lanka. Devastated him, down. The end, it's burned to cinders, as they say. The entire city, it lost its glory. So many lives got lost. 1/4 of his army was killed by one single monkey. His own son was killed. Huh? So much destruction in one night. That's all. It's not like it was for days. And he was terrified. What? One monkey? He can do this? What's going to happen when this hordes of monkeys are going to come together along with Rama and Lakshman? He was terrified. This was the first time in his life that he was fearful. Till then, he was so much successful, conquered kingdom after kingdom after kingdom after kingdom. The entire universe was conquered by this Ravana. And now, inside his own kingdom, inside his own palace, inside his own city, comes in one monkey, unannounced. And what does he do? Havoc. So, we were discussing the last week that how he covered up everything, as people like to do. They want to show their defeat to others. अगर आप कहीं भी हारते हो, आप हार को छिपाते हो. Similarly, Ravana wanted to hide his defeat. So therefore, what did he do? He called for Vishwakarma and he asked him, please turn the city overnight into again another beautiful city. And yes, Vishwakarma did it. For 1 or 2 days, he worked very hard and he transformed the entire city again. It was again back to its beauty as it was earlier. But still, although the city got back its glory, Ravana's heart still pounded. Still, it was not satisfied. So he calls for this meeting. And, I'm just fast forwarding because this was up till last week. This week, I'll continue from a little ahead. So what happened was that he was asking the advice of all his ministers who were there. And all the ministers said, sir, why do we have to fear? We will attack the monkeys. We'll finish them off. All these monkeys should be killed. In fact, no monkey should be set alive. Everyone should be killed in the whole universe. We should make the species of Vanaras extinct. The Vanar species should be made extinct. This much destruction we should cause to Vanaras for what they did to us. And these discussions were going on. One wise person, Vibhishan, stood up. And he spoke that, my dear Ravana, so I'm again cutting short his entire speech into small because this we already discussed. One Vibhishan, he stood up and he said, my dear Ravan, first of all, you should not be fighting so quickly. First, Sam, Dam, Bhed, then only Dand. This is the philosophy which you should apply. And second of all, fighting could be first option if your enemy was weak, if he was diseased, if he was inattentive, or he was indulging in sense gratification. But here, it is completely opposite. Ram and all the Vadar Sena are completely alert. They are angry. They're eager for fighting and they're fully prepared. And hence, you should not be very quick in fighting. Don't wait. Wait right now. First, probably you should do Sam, Dam, Bhed. And then, if at all needed, you can do the Danda. He was trying to teach him a little Dharma, but as Ravana is, he's not going to listen anything. He's not going to listen this whole wise talk of Vibhishan. But nevertheless, Vibhishan continued and spoke that you should measure the strength of your enemy. Understand how much strong they are, especially this Ram. He doesn't seem to be an ordinary person. How could he kill 10,000 plus Rakshasas within 1 hour? Do you know this? This was incidents which happened 10 months ago. Hmm? From this time 10 months ago. So Khar, Dushan and 10,000 of the Rakshasas, they had gone and attacked on the Ram and Lakshman. Ram single-handedly killed all of them in 1 hour. 10,000 plus Rakshasas in 1 hour. What's the rate of killing? Think about it. 10,000 divided by 60. Maths, this much is. every second, how many Rakshasas are getting killed? More than three, huh? Right? So 1 hour as 3,600 seconds. That's 10,000 by 3,600, almost like three. Right? So many Rakshasas are getting killed every second. Now, that's the power of Ram. And when Vibhishan reminds him, seems to be very powerful. Doesn't seem like he's a ordinary person. And then he said, if you are angry on him because he killed Khar, Dushan and others, well, he was not to be blamed. He did not choose fighting. It was the Khar, Dushan who actually attacked him. Now, which man will not fight back when you are attacking him? Then he said, if you are angry about Shurpanakha's nose getting cut off, well, it was your sister who went and attacked them. They never came. Right? So it doesn't seem like he's to be punished. And if you have to punish Ram, why did you wait for 10 months? In which wisdom book is it written that to take revenge on for the attack of for the attack on you, you will go secretly and kidnap the wife of that person? In which wisdom literature is it written? He's asking, Vibhishan is asking. That 10 months ago these things happened, and you if you say that I'm angry and because of which I'm going to fight with him, well, you should have done 10 months ago. And if you waited, why did you kidnap his wife? Who asked you to do that? Where is this wisdom coming from? He's asking. Actually, first time somebody questioned Ravana in the open court, and Ravana knew he's weak right now. He just was not answering. He kept quiet. All this happened. Much more than this happened. But then I want to now start today's discussion. I'll speak short only. Next week, you please come again. We'll continue this whole story. So what happened then? Raman was feeling unhappy that night. So he just left the court. He did not answer the questions of Vibhishan. Vibhishan asked few questions and he suggested that give back Sita and everything will go right in the kingdom. That's what the message which he was telling. In front of everyone, Ravan did not become angry because he knew he is weak right now and he did not know what to say. So he went back and he was pondering over what Vibhishan was saying. Vibhishan also said that there are many ill omens which we are able to observe in the country. That Lanka, from the day you have brought Sita inside, is actually suffering with ill omens. Something bad is about to happen. She is the cause of misfortune to the Lanka. This fire which was set was because of the misfortune which is coming along with her. Return her back and get the glory of Lanka back instated. That was her message. So he was thinking about it. Is it true? Are there ill omens truly? Is it because he's my brother, he loves me? Is he telling me the truth? Why is he deciding with my enemy always? When Hanuman came, that time also he said to me, don't kill him. And I agreed to it. And then I saw that Hanuman sets the Lanka on fire. Is he deciding my enemy? Is he truly my friend? He was like questioning. And he had no answers. He was feeling very helpless. Very, very helpless. He wanted to get counsel from someone, but who will give this powerful man some words of counsel? Who will give him? He didn't know. See, till the time he could not come to this understanding that this person will guide me, he was very deeply moved. He was not very disturbed. Very, very disturbed. So generally what I do in the story, I pause at a particular lesson and then I speak about it. So here I want to pause. Then I'll continue the story. Pause and then continue the story again. You see, this is very important thing, very important lesson for all of us. You see, if even Ravan could come into a situation where he was feeling helpless, don't you think that all of us also will some or other day come into this situation? Ravan, the mighty Ravan who conquered the universe, he also felt helpless at a particular point of time. Do you think we won't be feeling like that? Now, sometimes we get into the frenzy of not wanting to show to others that I am feeling helpless. This happens, especially to whom it happens. To two types of people it happens. One, those who are male chauvinistic, which means those who want to say, hey, I am the hero, or sometimes it could be heroine. I am. मैं कोई छोटा आदमी नहीं हूं, मैं बहुत बड़ा. Yes. Nobody, I don't want to seek help from anybody. मैं खुद करेगा. Yeah. I am self-made man or woman or whatever. This is one type of people who get into this kind of a feeling. Help nahi mangega main. Yes, I will do it myself. And these people, they feel the most amount of insecurities in life. When you want to show to the world that you are not weak, you become the weakest person inside of you. Fearful of who will help you when you are in need, because you are not going to ask anyone. Very difficult. Yes, the second type of people who get into this type of a thing that they feel very difficult are those who have been very successful, but now suddenly the things are turning upside down. दो प्रकार के लोग. एक कौन जो सोचता है आई एम द सेल्फ मेड पर्सन, मेरे को किसी से हेल्प नहीं मांगना है. Once I was talking to one person, he was saying, all this God and all, God is the crutch of the weak people. I am strong, I don't need God in life. I said, Acha. People say, you weak people, you are the people who have made this God. And because you are weak people, right? You need a crutch. Just like a person when he cannot walk, right? You need a crutch to hold on to walk. You weak people require God in life. I am strong, I don't need anyone. मैं खुद करेगा. Like that. These are one type of people. Second type who are very successful, but suddenly now they face defeat or something. Then again they are like that. So I want to tell you this. God is not the crutch of the weak people. Rather, he is the source of strength of the strong people. Hiranyakashipu is asking Prahlad, hey, you seem to be so courageous, man. You are a 5-year-old boy. Nobody dared to come in front of me and speak any word. And you, 5-year-old child, oh damn fool. How could you be so outrageous in front of me? You're speaking big words, this and that. He's speaking so many big things. If I start getting into that, it will be another lecture of its own. So, without getting into what he was speaking, right? But he was very bold, extremely bold. Those who take shelter of God are not weak people, not at all. This boy of 5 was standing in front of Mr. Universe. I mean to say, Hiranyakashipu. Same thing. He is the Mr. Universe of that time. Hiranyakashipu, the terror personified, he is not fearful at all. And so therefore this was challenging to Hiranyakashipu. Said, how come? From where do you get your strength? What did Prahlad Maharaj say? I am getting the strength from the same person from whom you are getting the strength, my dear father. मैं किसी से नहीं, मैं अपने आप बनाता है नहीं. No. God is the source of the strength of all the people, whether you believe it or you don't. You see, one person said, who is this God? I don't believe on him. Acha. Another person said, so we replied, okay, you believe in law of gravity? Even if you don't believe in law of gravity will act on you. Is it not true? Now somebody says, I don't believe in law of gravity. Okay, just please jump on the 5th floor. You start believing. You start believing, don't worry. Right? In the same manner, those who say that I don't believe in God, well, God does not exist because you believe or not. You will face him one day. That's the point. So see, he is the source of the strength of people. He is not the crutch of the weak people. This is something which you should know. And that's why I say this one teaching for everybody. And what is that? The very important teaching. If you want mental well-being, If you want peace of heart, if you don't want to be insecure, you should follow this teaching. And what is that? Very simple mantra. Let's recite it together in English. It's not Sanskrit mantra, it's an English mantra. Please recite with me. It's okay to not be okay. That's the mantra. It's okay to not be okay. Ah, that's the point. We can be vulnerable. That's fine. Each of us will have those moments of weaknesses. Each of us will need help and shelter. Each of us will have to face difficulty and where we won't have answers to the questions. And we will have to agree, I need help. I need guidance. Let's not be a male chauvinist. Let's not be somebody who will say, I am the hero, I will do it by myself. सबको हेल्प चाहिए, सबको हेल्प चाहिए, रावण को भी चाहिए, तो भैया हम कौन है? है ना? Everybody needs. That night was a terrific night for Ravan. Finally, he was searching in his mind, whom should I seek help from? Who will advise me? Who will advise? He got a person's name in his mind, and then suddenly all the terror, all the mental problem, it went away. Because if once the hope arises, even a small ray of hope arises, your life changes, right? If you feel like someone can help me in this troubled time, someone can guide me in this troubled time, that's all you need. Actually, that's all you need in life, right? And so therefore, when we come and take shelter of Krishna consciousness, the spiritual movement, we are not becoming weak. Rather, we are becoming strong because we are preparing for those weak moments. That in those weak moments in my life, I can seek shelter of Krishna and of the devotees of Krishna. It's like the insurance policy for all the troubles which can come in life. When you are taking insurance policy, it's not because you know that you're going to do it tomorrow. It's because you're preparing that in case of any danger, I have something ready here. That's wisdom. So similarly, we need to be having this understanding that it's okay to not be okay in life. And therefore, we must have some friends, some devotees, some wise people in our life whom we can go and we can open up and we can talk about when we need their help. We should not feel shy in that. We should not feel like, nahi, main to khud karega, nahi, bahut pareshan ho jaoge. So Ravana realized, there is one person who can help me. And he went to that person. Do you know who was he? He was none other than Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna, but he was sleeping. He had a big problem. He had to sleep 6 months at a stretch. सो जाता था बेचारा. सो गया, उठता ही नहीं था. 6 months he was not waking up. So now Ravana needed him. It was the middle of the night and it was sudden emergency. So he went, he asked, there was an entire team which was employed. A large number of people, their only job was, job profile suno. Wake Kumbhakarna. That's a job profile. What is that? Somehow wake him up. So, there was a huge ruckus they have to make. They have to, what? So there was a 3-step process to wake up Kumbhakarna. 3-step process. In the first step, what would you do? You will bring lions, elephants, and all these huge wild animals, and they would all at once bray loudly. They would bray all together loudly, many of them, so many of them. And that will register some sound in the ear of Kumbhakarna, and he'll move a little. Out of all this huge sound which is coming out from all these lions, elephants, and all these wild animals, little movement will come. Acha, second step process. What is the second step? Then all the big instruments, musical instruments and all they would bring. And they will start playing them all together in a cacophony. Cacophony, you understand? When you want to piercing sound, when you want to just close your ears, kya ye baja raha hai? Chup ho ja. That kind of a sound, all of that together, the trumpets, the bugles, all the musical, all at once, bam, 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 bum, 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 tan, 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 all together. And that will register a little second movement in Kumbhakarna. And finally, the third step. The third step was to bring the swords, the arrows, the tridents, and the piercing knives and everything, and poke it into the heavy, thick skin of Kumbhakarna. And this will be like, you have this small mosquito, like mosquito comes, you are sleeping, and when the mosquito is piercing inside your skin, how do you feel? Machhar kahin ka. Like that, he will make. What is this going on? And you know what? He slept for 6 months. As soon as he would wake up, he would make up for it more than when he was sleeping. He would make up for all the lost enjoyment. As soon as he wake up, there has to be food in front of him. Carts, hundreds and dozens of carts full of food would be brought in front of him, and he would just gulp them down for hours together. Gulp, 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 gulp. For hours together, he will eat, 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 eat. Finally, he will rest. अब बोलो क्या बोलना है? This was Kumbhakarna. After hours of eating, he would come to senses. अच्छा क्यों जगाया मेरे को? Why did you wake me up? Then they told that the king needs you. The king needs you. He is an emergency. He needs your advice. He needs your help. And that's how he becomes ready for the next morning. And he goes and meet Ravana. And by this time, Ravana has already sat down in his courtroom the next day. So the previous day, I already told, Vibhishan was questioning him in front of everybody. He did not answer those questions. He just left. Everybody was surprised. They said, okay, why did Ravana not answer? And then next day comes, Kumbhakarna is brought inside. Now Kumbhakarna, when he slept for 6 months, within these 6 months, always something or other change happened in the courtroom of Ravan. What would happen? Because in these 6 months, some people, they would be in some battle, some changes would occur. So therefore, always when Kumbhakarna came in, he would first witness, okay, who all are there? कौन है भाई? कौन change हो गया? कौन same है? अच्छा सब ठीक है. He would see everybody. He was seeing everyone. Ravana welcomed him. And after all of that, then Ravana spoke up. In very brief, he mentioned everything which he wanted. He said, I am in mad lust for Sita. And so therefore I kidnapped her and brought her into Lanka. And in the whole while, Rama, her husband, has now come standing on the shore of the ocean. He is about to attack along with his Vanar Sena. But let me tell you that we are all prepared for the fight, and we are all the mighty Rakshasas, and we have no real fear from these humans. Acha, then why did you wake your brother up? Right? So this is what Ravan spoke. Ravan spoke up to Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna understood the situation. He was silent for a moment and then he replied, the first thing which you have to do, you do it at the last. And the last thing which you have to do, you do it at the first. And everybody was like listening to his words. Whom did you consult before going and kidnapping Sita? He asked the question. Did you consult me? Today you have woken me up and you are asking me some consultation. But before you do this action of going and kidnapping his wife, did you consult me? And everybody was like, oh, he's also questioning Ravan. Right? He said, you did not consult. Are I am happy that you are yet not killed by Ram. He says, otherwise, he would have killed you at the time when you went for kidnapping Sita. What is so surprising? If he has come to fight with you, you must already be prepared for it. Which husband will not do it? If he is coming to fight, you should be already ready. Why you are not ready about it? It's a consequence of your own actions. And then he became peaceful and he said, my brother, I love you so much. I know you have done the mistake, but let me tell you, I am on your side. I will kill this Ram and undo all your mistakes. You do not have to fear. I am on your side. Me, the Kumbhakarna, will be the one who will be helping you in this fight. We are ready for the fight. This is Kumbhakarna. Amazing. You see, Shastras tell us, Ramayana tells us that Kumbhakarna knew the scriptures as much as Vibhishan knew it. It's not that he did not knew the scriptures. Vibhishan knew it was wrong for Ravan to do what he did and he objected it. Whereas Kumbhakarna knew that his brother is wrong, but he decided him. Yes, this is the difference. And here the Shastras point out a very important difference. So Krishna also says that in the Bhagavad Gita. Ya imam pushpitam vacha pravadante, says that in the second chapter, he says, second and third. So he says, Ya imam pushpitam vachaha. So what does it mean? That the flowery language of the Vedas confuses the humans. And so therefore they do not know what to do or what not to do. Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita. So what is the meaning of it? We can see in the case study of Kumbhakarna. Right? What is the meaning of it? It means that knowing the scripture is not sufficient. Right? Knowing the scripture is not sufficient. From knowledge, it should come to action. Right? From knowledge. Okay, so he is bringing it up. Yes. या इमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्ति अविपश्चितः वेदवाद रथापार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिना कामात्मनः स्वर्गपर जन्म कर्म फल प्रदां प्रिय विशेष बहुलां भोगैश्वर्यगतिं प्रति. He says, what does it mean? That people are confused by the flowery language of the scriptures, and hence they don't know what exactly is the essence, what we should do, what we should not do. What does that mean? It means that just the knowledge of the scripture is not sufficient. That knowledge should turn into an action. It should turn into a value system. It should turn into a realization, and hence it should turn into a character. So the gap between the knowledge and the action is what is pointed out by bringing up the case study of Kumbhakarna versus Vibhishan. These two people have same knowledge. Same knowledge. Vibhishan and Kumbhakarna both have same knowledge. What is the difference between them? This man Vibhishan has knowledge which has turned into his character. Whereas this man Kumbhakarna has the knowledge, but there is a big gap between knowledge and his action. So that is very, very important thing to point out. Mere official study of the scripture doesn't help. What helps is learning the scripture with the mood of applying it in one's life. And this is what something which all of us should actually today think about. Yes, it's good that we recite Gita. It's even good that we memorize Gita. It's even more wonderful that we understand Gita. But the most important thing is to live by Gita. This is what we have to do. Kumbhakarna knew some knowledge, but he never acted on it. Vibhishan knew that knowledge and also acted on it. So whom should we become like? Vibhishan, not like Kumbhakarna. That is very important. How do we do that? In the life of Vibhishan, the transformation of this action, knowledge turning into action, happened especially when he got the association of Hanuman. When Hanuman entered Lanka, he met Vibhishan and there was a one-on-one discussion where Vibhishan brings up his doubts that should I beside my brother Ravan, but he is very adharmic, I am confused. So even Vibhishan was confused. He had knowledge, but he was also confused. What should I do? Should I beside my brother, although he is very adharmic, I don't know, I love him very much. What should I do? Then it was Hanumanji whose kind association helped Vibhishan to turn the knowledge into action. Similarly, in our life, we can only turn the knowledge into action when we get the right association of the devotees. This is what we have opened this whole place for. This place is open for you to come and associate. You will get to learn the scriptures very nicely. That's one thing. But second thing is you'll also get to associate with many devotees over here who have been practicing bhakti, Krishna consciousness from many, some of them for decades, some of them for years. And they're all wonderful devotees like Lokesh Prabhu, who was introducing myself. He himself has been practicing Krishna consciousness from last 8-9 years now. And many of these here. So if you associate with the devotees, you can turn the knowledge into action. This is something which I would like to end with because it's 8:38 now. And let's continue from here in the next class, where we'll see how does the conversation between Kumbhakarna, Ravana and Vibhishan, all three brothers, inside the courtroom, how this conversation will continue, what will happen next. Will Kumbhakarna become angry on Vibhishan? Will he besides Vibhishan? What will be the discussion? What will Ravan do at the end? How does Vibhishan come into this realization that he should leave the kingdom of his brother. How does all that happen? This will be the discussion in my next class, which I will do on the next Sunday. So, how many of you are happy and eager to come on next Sunday as well? Please do come, and as well as you can bring your friends and family members also. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Thank you so much. Please.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Proji, for so wonderfully explaining the importance of Gita and also various life lessons and great wisdom from Srimad Ramayanam. So let's heartfully thank His Grace Amal Mahaprabhu Prabhuji by 3 times loudly chanting Hari 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 Bol. So as Prabhuji was explaining, every week on Sunday 6:30 p.m. we'll be having these wonderful programs going on.